Sup flappers, welcome back to another video. As you can see, it's me, Mr. Bedhair, back at it again. But don't focus on my bed hair, focus on what I'm saying, because something great has happened. Yes, finally, it's happened, it's here, and I want to say that it's perfect, but obviously not, right? Obviously not, and for many reasons, this is going to be something that I believe MiHoYo will be doing more and more of. So hear me out, right? For people who haven't really been following with my content, I've been saying that MiHoYo likes to experiment. And this is just another way that MiHoYo is currently experimenting with potential new content. This is, of course, hopium. This is, of course, speculation. But it's safe to assume that MiHoYo also is looking for a way to answer the player's request of a new game mode, a more endgame centric game mode. But of course, MiHoYo being MiHoYo, they want to do things more close towards perfection than not. So once again, it's me, Mr. Bedhair, also known as Erotic Walrus. Here, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on the new event and telling you guys some of the things that are really great about this and how this could be implemented into a new potential game mode. And there is proof, somewhat kind of proof, that this pretty much is what MiHoYo is doing. So with that said, let's get into the video. So the new event is called Labyrinth Warriors, and ever since people have saw this event during the live stream, people have been speculating like, wow, this likely is going to be one of the best events that has been released to date, just with the dungeon based layout and the fact that we have this little talisman character also hinted at the potential of newer mechanics and some type of variation, hopefully, because of the word labyrinth. All right, it's like a maze, and maze it was like. This event showed us that MiHoYo is capable of designing a new instance-based content with combat being at the core of it. And that is something that more endgame-centric players, even free-to-play players who are closer towards endgame with a couple 5 stars, have been saying we need more places to showcase our units, to test the limits of our units. Now, this event is not difficult, at the very least. Currently, it is not, right? But that does not mean this cannot be changed. Right now, we are only at the first stage of the event. It will likely get more and more difficult. I can see that I think they're going to be adding bosses in to the later stages, which is amazing. Then again, difficulty is always something that MiHoYo can tweak later. Right now, we're talking more about the concept and how this works, right? So being MiHoYo, they want to integrate a new feature like this. If it's going to be permanent, they want to integrate it into the world. They want there to be a reason for this to exist. Now, for those who don't know, recently, I've taken up the task of playing Genshin Impact. I know, mostly it's out of curiosity. I want to see what kind of decisions MiHoYo has been making in their other game, and I think they're drawing so much inspiration. Now that I play Genshin, it's evident that they're drawing a lot of inspiration from that game, and I believe there's a feature in Honkai called Elysium Realm or something like that, and this essentially feels just like that. But the mistake that MiHoYo made with Honkai that they are now trying to backpedal on, and I talked about this with a viewer of mine, and it's funny because a lot of those events or those features in Honkai felt like they don't connect with the world, right? They just felt like side things that MiHoYo threw in, and I guess in that sense, MiHoYo was trying to fulfill the player base with newer features. And as time went on, now it's been like, what, 5 years? Players are saying, especially my viewer was saying, that the older events, that the older features MiHoYo released way back then feels disconnected. And it feels like, it just feels rushed compared to the newer features that are implemented. It just feels like they put so much more thought behind it. So MiHoYo, their response to that was like, well, you know, these are just different little universes or like multiverses within the, within this reality. So they're trying to explain the differences through saying like, it's part of the story, don't worry, the immersion doesn't break because of X, Y, and Z reason, which obviously, at this point they're just trying to protect their reality in a sense. So going forward with Genshin Impact, MiHoYo does not want to make that mistake. MiHoYo refuses to set a precedence that gives players a reason to call them out on lazy implementation. And Labyrinth Warriors and all these other features that we've seen slowly get implemented in the game have always been tested, thoroughly tested. Hell, even the freaking boat that we used to transit through the waters of Inazuma was heavily tested through patch 1.6. So it's safe to assume that MiHoYo runs tests through beta testers. Likely there's some sort of alpha testers, right? So it's alpha first and then probably beta testers, and then they roll them out as a event or some sort of tiny limited time feature, and then once they get all the reception, then they go back, maybe retweak it a little bit, repackage it, release it as content. All right, so far biggest features we've gotten are the teapot and fishing, I want to say, right? That's the first two that comes to mind. And going forward, a new combat based feature game mode could be on the horizons through Labyrinth Warriors. People play this event, trust me, give it a shot. For people who are watching my content who have left the game, try it out. You could give it a shot, right? It doesn't hurt. This event could spark something new for us, and I think we're taking a step in the right direction. I'm having a lot of fun in this event, and I know a lot of other people are having fun in this event. People have been DMing me saying like, Walrus, have you checked out the new event? Have you checked out the new event? Have you checked out the new event? And here I am saying, yes, I have. It's amazing. I love this. I want them to add a couple things though. I want the rooms to have more variation. Right now it's fixed, right? The rooms are fixed. I love the talisman, so keep making sure the talismans always circle in and out. I want different mob rotations or different mob generation throughout the event. And I want to see what MiHoYo can do to tie in more permanent rewards, right? The thing with tying in permanent rewards is that likely they'll make it resin based. So if they don't tie in permanent rewards, then likely it'll be something Spiral Abyss like, where it goes on different rotations with different mob loadouts and potentially different talisman rollouts as well. And with the final reward just being Primo Gems, and that is completely fine as well. A-okay with me. Finally, I would love to see some difficulty selection, let's say at the very end. If this does become a more permanent feature, I would like to see like maybe easy, medium, hard, nightmare, right? Something like that. Players can choose, and if you can, the higher the difficulty you can clear, the more Primo Gems you can claim or whatever, and making sure even the most difficult level does not require pay to win power. All right, so with that said, I think everybody should be happy that this is happening. Don't be sad that it's going away. Be happy that MiHoYo is experimenting with this. And something like this doesn't just happen within one patch, right? We've been complaining about endgame for a year now, since patch 1.0, 1.1. So it's good that this finally came around, and I can tell this has been in development for quite some time. Kudos to you, MiHoYo. Hats off. Love to see this. Love to see more. And for everybody here in the comment section, let me know what you think. I know it's going to be mostly positive, but let me know what you think. So excited. It just keeps me going harder when it comes to Genshin Impact. We have Sumeru. We likely have a potential permanent event. We have Dendro coming. The future seems bright. Within the next few months, a lot could change, all right? But not electro changes, apparently. So with that said, urge you all to stay safe. Peace, peace. See you in the next one. Bye.